stream, and I'm gonna get the TikTok stream going as well. Oh. Keslos, welcome back. Some orcs, fuck yeah, dude. Whoops. Go here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will record this. Whatever, fuck it. Okay. Oh, Jesus. All right. All right. I think we're live on all the shit, on all the stuff. Get stopped for inactivity again. Yeah, I'll have to just click on the fucking chat box every 20 minutes here. Okay, let's get some royalty-free background tunts going here. This one's fine. There's a very fine line with this volume here. There we go. Should be all right. Let me know if it's too loud. All right. So I got my sister and Anna to play this a little bit with the controller input, and one thing I noticed immediately was that like they were still trying to figure out what the inputs are as the battle starts. So they were kind of like looking at what the, like after you play the game a little bit, it won't be, Jesus, oh my God. It won't be quite so bad because all the enemies will have the same, Jesus, I'm terrible at this. We'll have the same inputs, but, right before the stream, I was pissing around with maybe having like a little box here. I'll show you. Having like a little box right here that just shows you what the inputs are for that battle, and then maybe it like forces you to press them once before the battle actually starts or something like that. Just so it's not like the battle starts and you're just like, what the fuck? Holy fuck, what the hell? You know? Little Ernie figurine. Oh, I dropped him on the sack. Hell yeah. So that's what I was working on. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll be good, but let's just try it out. So I was working on, what did I call that class? Input, no, battle input display. Let's see here. Isn't that nice? Damn, that's nice. Love that light mode, brother. Here, I'm actually going to close that. I will pop into the YouTube chat now and again here. Oh yeah, or work crush. To the neighboring town. Yeah, cupcake would be. That'd be amazing. Okay, what are we trying to do here? So I was working on these draw calls here. Maybe what we'll do is, so this is battle input display. We will draw it. What should own this? Probably middle battle rect. So let's go here. So if should draw sprite, let's just draw it here. So let's go battle input display. And we'll make one of these. So we're gonna go battle input display, battle inputs. And we'll have to put this in the constructor. By the way, one thing I've been thinking about a lot is that a lot of the people who watch my stream are not coders. So a lot of what I'm doing probably doesn't make a ton of sense. So if anyone has questions at any point, I sort of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but without like knowing about coding and stuff. It can be really hard to follow. So I'm totally down to like, what is it, battle input display. Like explain what I'm doing for the non-coders. Okay, usually it would, oh, here we go. That's why. There it is. Okay, so we need to give it some tones. For now, I'm just gonna make an array here of tone. Excuse me. Do I have tone in this one? I don't. So we'll go tone. I believe it's D, tone, B flat, tone, G. I'm just going to hard code this for now. Right. Ah, fuck. There we go. And it needs a position, is that what it is? Wait. Const vector. Oh yeah, I'm passing an array, that's why. Go to vector. What's the problem here? Must be initialized by a constant expression. Constant for variable tones. What's the problem there? Tones must be initialized by a constant expression. Maybe you can't use vectors as const expr. Maybe we'll just do const. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna be getting rid of this anyway. Okay, and then a position. So we're gonna give it rect dot what was it again? It was like the last quarter. So let's do that. We'll do rect dot x plus rect dot get rect dot width divided by 4. Right, gotta wrap this in braces. Still no. What do you fucking want now? Oh yeah, wrong way. There we go. That ought to do it. Okay, let's just see. So that's my battle inputs. So then now we'll just say in our draw call at the same time that we draw the sprite, just to see. I don't even know if this is a good idea, but let's find out. What are all you yapping about in here? Anti-Ladane with a 65 streakers. Holy Christ. Need to get out more. Yeah, me too. I was thinking about that. Man, I haven't gone on tour since last October and it's fucking May, dude. I can't believe how fast what is that? So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 fucking months, man. It feels like I've been home for 2 months. That's crazy, man. Mind you, I guess I was in the UK for February. Big chunk of February. Then came back in March and did like the SPACEMAN release and all that. So it has been kind of busy, but man, time is just flying, dude. It's crazy. Right, I gotta add, hold on a second. Battle input display. I gotta add this to my make file. And do I actually use, yeah, I do, okay. We'll go here. Dude, I know, right? Isn't it fucked? My 2-year-old is turning 3 in like 2 fucking weeks. And then my baby is turning 1. Okay, it's not drawing. I just put this right at the end of the draw. See if this is working at all here. I think I might know what the issue is. Yeah. Okay, so let's go here. So in this draw left 6 sprites, positioned at X. Just put some prints, make sure this is drawing. Or make sure that function's being called, rather. I hit 17, dude, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so that function's being called. La Gatta de Cheshire. Is this Cheshire Cat? Okay, minus 328. So that's the issue. It's being drawn way off. Screen. So position. What's position.x here? Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. Because it's not following the rectangle as it moves into frame. That's what's going on. So in our, let's give it a set position. And we'll give it a vector 2. Okay, and then we'll go to middle battle rect here, and there should be like a move. Yeah, update rect. We'll call this input x will be position.x plus dimensions.x divided by 4. Input y, we're just going to put as position. Actually, we don't even need that one. What is this? Dimensions. There's no position or dimensions. Oh yeah, it's just rect. Okay, and then we'll go battle inputs dot set position. The fuck is going on? Set Paustian. That might be why. And it'll be input X and my own Y position. All right, now let's see. Doing another game. It was probably Spaceman, dude. Let me find it for you here. Shameless plug. Good to see you there, Cheshire Cat. What is Gata? What language is that? Is that Spanish? You can get Spaceman available on Steam now, baby.
How fast do you have to be to play the new Spaceman? This fast.
Spaceman, now available on Steam. Do you have what it takes?
Female cat, nice, hell yeah. This is the one, baby. It's out on Steam now. We got our positive rating, 11 reviews. I don't check out the page as much as I should. This is a fun project. Exclamation point game. You can get the game on Steam. But good to see you there, Cheshire Cat. My guy who does his walking cycle when the controller is not connected. I have to, I gotta fix that. Lots of things going on. You have no time. Hey, no worries, no worries. I gotta do my shameless plugs though. I don't promote it as well as I should. Okay, so it is displaying now. At least it's drawing. We got to figure out that roundness, obviously, and the position. I'm surprised at the. Oh yeah, you know what? I know why. So this should be width. We want it to be 3/4 width, not quarter. So we'll go times 0.75 here. That should position it. What the fuck are you bitching about now? Double to float. Oh, Jesus, mother of God. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. We update that position there. Okay, let's look at it now. And then now let's only draw... draw it here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was a I gotta put that set position here. I gotta do this over here as well. Thank you. It was a lot of work, and it feels good to have one done and out, and I needed to do that. Like, I just knew that that's what I needed to do for my own, like, personal development as a game developer. I just needed to make something small and release it. I just had this, like, nagging guilt. I knew that that's what I had to do. So that's what that game was. So it didn't make a ton of money or anything. Obviously not like a huge commercial success, but I consider it a success because the point was for my own experience, if that makes sense. Still got it up on the work notice board. My man, I love it. So yeah, it feels good to have it out. And now I feel like I've got the experience and kind of like the confidence to make a bigger project. So okay, so now it's drawn way off there. Let's see what's the deal. Why the hell is it drawn? The width should be a constant, right? So width times 0.75 should also be a constant. So x plus width. Oh, that's why. I'm dividing. Okay, that position is good. The roundness and shit. There was do I have a utility function called like calculate roundness or something like that? I think I might. Let's just see. Calculate roundness. I do. Okay, perfect. So let's go to our battle input display, to our draw rect. Calculate roundness, and then I just give it rect, and then instead of this, we're gonna go roundness, and we'll do the same thing here. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, totally, 100%. Okay, interesting that it goes white when a note gets hit. I'm not sure what the hell that is up. Not sure what is up with that. Also, we need to give it an offset so it bobs up and down with the rest of the stuff. Where is it here? This one. And we'll pass Y offset to each of these. What kind of apps have you made? Oops. That's another thing I'd like to do at some point. I keep saying I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make small projects, and then I end up fucking making these like bigger ones. But at some point, I want to make like a couple little card games or something, and put them on the App Store. One, just for like more experience. Two, as like a little challenge to just be like, can I make like a little app in a month kind of a thing? And then three, I feel like I could, it would be nice to make a little bit of money doing this shit. And I feel like maybe if you just upload a bunch of little card games to the App Store, you could maybe make a little bit of change. Because this project I'm working on now is going to be quite a big project. It's going to take me a while. Okay, so we're passing a Y offset. So it'll be position.y plus Y offset. And then, so position.y plus that, and then we'll go plus Y offset. And same thing here. Okay, and then all right, let's see if it bobs up and down now. It should. Gonna get going. Delaney, have a good one. Okay, it's moving up and down now. That looks good. All right. Should pop into the TikTok chat, see if anyone's yapping in here. Doesn't really look like it. All right. Okay, so let's give it like a. Could give it like a title or like a little label there. I also came up with a little like musical notation system, so each note will have like its own symbol. We'll get that in there at some point. You don't have a sense of smell? That's wild. Okay, so let's go with our, for Y here, let's make it just a constant. Oh yeah, you know what? I also have to move these eventually. Move these constants and the copies in track.cpp to another file. And then let's do Y buffer, let's set it to 32. We're gonna add this Y buffer just to draw the inputs a little bit further down in that rectangle. So plus Y offset plus Y buffer. Fourth one was the charm. Damn, dude. Second head, yeah, that sounds not very fun. Okay, now why the hell does that happen? You know what it might be? Because it's still in this shader mode here. I wonder if it has something to do with that. Let's put that draw call here. Battle inputs dot draw. Y offset. I never got the loss of smell. Okay, that works. Okay, so I'm still not totally convinced that this is even a great idea. I want there to be some sort of indicator when like something that just gives the player a little bit of warning of what the inputs are before the battle actually starts. Let me think about this. Like, I like the timing of all that. Maybe after the bring, maybe it kind of like fades a little bit, and then you actually have to press each input combo before it starts the battle. A flatulence issue. I think I got the same thing. Let me know if there's a cure. Okay, so let me think about this. So maybe in our battle, maybe in our state, so set up battle, maybe we add a state here and we call it like, okay, you know what, before I do anything, we'll just say battle input display drawing properly. And then now, if I end up wanting to delete everything we're going to do from now, I can just revert back to that commit. Okay, so let's add a, let's call it like waiting for input. Okay, and then let's make a function. Call it handle initial inputs, something like that. And we're gonna need a vector tones. Okay, and then we'll also do this. We'll do bool initial inputs finished. Okay, so for each of those tones, do we want to make like a struct? Can you define a struct in a function? Euthanasia. Charcoal up your dumper. Yeah. There you go. Maybe we do this. We make another vector of bools. We'll just call it inputs pressed. No, that won't work. We don't want to do that every frame. Let me think. Okay, we might actually want another member here. So let's go vector of bools, and we'll call it inputs pressed. How does this get initialized? Like what? I gotta ask Chat GPT. Testicles. Hell yeah. Welcome. Welcome on in. How does this get initialized? What is the size of the vector initially? Empty by default. Standard vector always initializes to 0 unless you tell it otherwise. Okay, perfect. Ah, okay, I see. All right, so because we don't know at compile time how many tones there are going to be, we'll do this in the battle constructor. So let's go here. Right, we have our enemy, so we'll go like this. So we'll go inputs pressed equals vector. How did it do this? Yeah, bool. And then it'll be enemy dot tones dot size false. Okay. And then what we'll do fuck. What's the best way to do this? We're going to need to pass input to this as well. All right, so here's what we'll do. So if tone input dot okay, here's our actual input map. So what we'll do is we'll say if yeah, so for each tone we'll go I less than tone map dot size. For each tone map, we're gonna say if this will also have to be then what we'll do is we'll say if tone input okay, do I have to loop here? Man, I've been having a hard time with this stuff lately. I don't know why. Like the mapping these inputs to the tones, and then like this shit has been like confusing the fuck out of me lately here. So we give it the tones. Okay, maybe we don't actually need the tones because the tones, we have enemy. Yeah, I don't think we need to pass this in. We should be able to just reference enemy.tones. So we get our current input. tone input dot button equals tone map I dot button and tone input dot direction equals tone map I dot direction. So if we get our current input, we're going to loop through the tones that are necessary in this battle. We're checking that input. So then we would say, and then what is this called? Inputs pressed. J equals true. I'm just gonna see here, and then we'll go bool initial inputs finished, and then we'll say for okay, now in that state, in that battle state, we'll do this. So we're just gonna go handle initial inputs, and then we're just gonna go initial inputs finished. All right, let's see what happens here. Ivan. Welcome on in. Oh, you know what? I have to switch to that state. Okay, so now let me see. So if I press X and left, stick to the right, boom. Oh, now it's telling me. So I only did one input and then that returned true. So there's something wrong there. So for each Boolean in our vector, So one of two things could be happening here. So there's either a problem in this logic, or there's a problem in this here. Let's Let's actually just print each of those inputs, and let's just see here, or each of those booleans. So let's go here. Oops. And then it will be argument has type reference. Format specifies type int, but the argument has type reference. Oh, this would be size type. Okay, that works. And then this, what is this? Argument has type reference. I don't know what the fuck that means. Argument has type reference, aka bit reference. I have to ask our good friend Claude. Come on, you fucking. There we go. Standard allows it to be stored as a bit field rather than an actual array of bools. Here we go. This is the problem, which can cause surprising behavior. Okay, we'll do vector of ints then. Okay. Inputs press standard vector. Oh, here we go. Int. Okay. There we go. Okay, so then what we want to do this is if b equals 0. All right. That honestly might have fixed the problem right there. Let's just see. You're rear viewing me? It's not for fucking cranking hog, believe it or not. It's for blowing the schnoz. Good to see you, Jalpy. What is up? Bullshit. This ain't the crank zone, brother. That's downstairs. I'm too scared of accidentally cranking it on stream one of these days. Okay, actually, so let's change this. Let's just see. You embrace it. Smart man, honestly. Okay, so same thing. So it's returning true as soon as I press the first one. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so first of all, there's only 2 when there should be 3, which is interesting. I wonder why the fuck that is. Okay, and then we'll print inputs pressed. Enemy tones 2, inputs pressed 2. Interesting. Oh yeah, there is only 2. Oh, I know. It's because I hard coded. Right, it's because I hard coded that to get it as a test. Okay, I see. So let's go back to this battle input display here. Battle input display. Now, is it middle battle rack that owns this? Right, middle battle rack owns this, which maybe isn't the right ownership. Maybe battle should just own it, but keep it this way for now. Okay, so then let's go. Let's give it a new constructor. Just gonna make an overloaded one. So then we'll go a const standard vector tones. Okay, and then instead of passing this, we'll pass that. Okay, and then in battle, doesn't seem right. Oh yeah, that's in battle box. Enemy take, okay, and then we'll go enemy tones. Okay, let's see what happens here now. Maggot accoutrement, baby. Bus error. Okay, so where are we getting this? Bad access code. Draw left stick sprites. Battle input display. Okay, here. Battle input display line 40. Tones I. So I pass tones into that constructor. I make this here battle inputs, and then I give it whatever I pass in here, const standard vector. Oh, maybe it's got to be reference. That is, yeah, standard vector of tones. It's just a stupid like type error that's happening. Oh. Okay, it's working now. All right, I just had to change that from a reference. Okay, so, okay, now let's try. Okay, so let's try. What am I doing? Just had a brain fart. Right, I want to go back to battle and I want to print this shit here. What the fuck's going on with this formatting here? Okay, let's see. Okay, so input 0. So let's do this. We'll go boom, boom. Okay, now they both return true as soon as I press the first one. Okay, so then I think this is probably the... we don't need to do enemy tone size here, actually. We want to do inputs press dot size. Inputs press J equals 1. Break there. Okay, so up and circle, there we go, and then X down. Okay, now that one won't return true. What the fuck is going on here? Oh man, what the hell? So annoying. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, but I'm clearly doing something wrong. My logic is fucked somewhere here. It either turns them both true immediately or it only lets me press one. Okay, I wonder if I even need... Here, let's rewrite this. Okay, so then we'll say if we're gonna have to loop through that tone map. So we get our current input, that frame. Man, I don't know. I don't know what, I don't see where the logical issue is here. We get our tone input. We have our list of two, we have our vector with two values in it. They're both set to 0. When I press the input for the given tone, it should change. Wait, hold on a second here. Man, this gave me so much grief yesterday too. And this is not hard stuff. Like, I don't know what is going on with my brain with this, like the mapping of the controller inputs to the tones has just like, it's just broken my poor little apricot pit that I got sitting between my ears here. I cannot figure this out for some reason. So I need to loop through J0 J less than tone map dot size, or do I want to do enemy inputs? Like, do I need a 3-layered for loop here? That just seems crazy. So enemy tones dot size. Man, I'm doing something just so stupid and I don't know what it is. That's the thing that's bugging me. Because I know when I figure this out, I'm going to be like, you fucking dumbass idiot. So I have a list of inputs. It's just a list of integers. The same number of integers as there are tones for that enemy. They're set to 0. I need to check if I press the appropriate input for that enemy, it's going to set one of those to true. And then when I press the other input for that enemy, it's going to set the other one to true. So I think I do need fucking 3. That just seems crazy though. Size TK equals 0. This is like a huge design smell. I'm obviously doing something very wrong here. Man, I have fucking no clue. No fucking clue what to do. They only wear them for attention. Yeah, obviously. Dude, I'm so fucking confused here. What's the issue in layman's terms? How do I even put this in layman's terms? Let's see. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to explain this. So what I'm trying to do right now is come up with a system where before the battle starts, the player has to press each input that's going to happen in that battle one time. The reason I'm doing this is because I had my sister and Anna both play this yesterday, and when they started the battles for the first, like they just got fucked because the notes started coming faster than they were able to see what inputs they're supposed to press. So before each battle starts, it'll force you to press each of the inputs that you need for that battle one time before it starts the battle. That's the goal. I have 3 different things going on here. So the first is a list. Where the fuck is this stupid? So the first is a list. It's just, how do I even say this? It's just a list of zeros. So if there's 2 inputs, there's just going to be a container with 2 zeros in it. That's the first thing. The second thing is the list of the actual inputs. Or sorry, the list of the actual tones. So in this case, it's like, let's say it's G and D. The third is a map that says G. It's a map of the inputs to the tones. So G is like left stick down and X, for example. And then D is whatever it is, I can't remember, left stick right and X. All right, and then this continues. So there's one for every single input. What I'm trying to do is communicate between these 3 things that I've got going on to change these to zeros when these inputs are pressed. So it needs to wait until a G, or in other words, a down and X gets pressed, and then it'll change this 0 to a 1. And then it's going to wait until the D input gets pressed, and then change this 0 into a 1. And then when these are all 1s, the battle will start. But I'm having an absolute fucking hell of a time figuring out how to do this. Man, fuck you, TikTok, you stupid piece of shit. Whatever, fuck it. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. And I know that it's going to be something, like it's going to be 2 lines of code. It's going to be the simplest thing in the world. But right now I can't conceive of how to map this all between these 3 different lists that I have going on. And I'm not sure where my error in logic is. Fuck. And I'm also kind of confused as to why this initial one didn't work. I think what I need to conceive of this entire problem in a completely different way. Okay, so let's think about this. Every single frame, we're getting the stick direction and we're getting the button that is pressed. We're going to say if, so let's go through our tone map. For size t, I equals 0, I is less than tone map, that size. Okay, so we get our input. So what we're going to do, we're going to say if tone input dot button equals tone map I dot button, and whoops, and tone input dot direction equals tone map I dot direction. Okay, so now if we're pressing an input that is indeed one of the valid inputs, then we'll loop through the j less than enemy dot tones dot size. So we have a valid input. Then we're going to look through the inputs for that enemy. But how do I check if that's one of that enemies? Where did I use? I have a map somewhere in this code base. Man, I'm like embarrassed at how much shit that this little problem has given me over the last few days. Like I cannot quite. I'm having such a hard time conceptualizing what I'm trying to do. Okay, so where's our map? All right, I just have a map of tone to sounds. Yeah, it's updating correctly. Tomorrow's Karen Z's birthday. Hell yeah. Happy birthday, Karen Z. Yeah, it has nothing to do with like not updating properly or anything. It has everything to do just with the logic of how it's going to detect. I don't know how to map it from. So we get our valid input. Man, this is driving me fucking nuts because I know it's not difficult. That's the thing that's killing me about this. Oh my god. How do I do this part? So oh, here we go. Get tone from input. The fuck is this? Get tone from input. Here we go. Tone map size. Get tone from, okay, here we go. I have this function. So let's try this. So, okay, const tone equals get tone from input, tone input. If tone and okay, if we get a valid tone, then we loop through enemy.tones.size. If tone equals enemy.tones I, then we will go inputs pressed I equals 1 and then break. For fuck's sake, const tone not convertible to bool. Okay, what does this fucking stupid function return? It returns an optional tone. I see, okay. But still. So how do I actually use this then? Okay, I just actually declare it as, okay, I see. Okay, so let's go const optional tone is get tone from input, tone input. Okay, then we say if tone is enemy tones da 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 da. Okay, let's see if this works. God, man, this like mapping shit, it's just been breaking my fucking brain. Okay, so let's check now. So if I go left stick down and X, boom, that one's good. And then I go left stick up and circle, boom, there it is. Jesus Christ. Just burned an hour. Whoops. Easiest shit ever, which I knew it was gonna be. God, I hate it when that happens, when you're like just struggling on something that you know is actually not difficult, but you just can't conceive of the solution for whatever reason, man. That shit happens to me all the time when I'm programming. So let's see now. So if I go down left and then up circle, boom. Okay, now the inputs are done. Perfect. All right, that's working. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck. Stupid dumbass. Okay, so now let's make it like a bit of a visual indicator what we're trying to do here. Dude, I know. It's just like, it happens sometimes where you're just like, man, because you have so much shit you're trying to do, right? You have so much work to do, and then you get stuck on just the dumbest shit. You're just like, what am I, a fucking idiot? So let's just walk through what we ended up having to do. So we get our actual input for that frame. You have a function already. Thank God I made this function yesterday. Get tone from input. So it either returns a valid tone, or if my input is not mapped to an actual tone, then it'll return null option. It'll return nothing, basically. Then I just check, is that tone a valid tone? If it is, we loop through the enemy's tones and we just say, if that tone belongs to one of the enemies, then we're good. Let's just test just to make sure. If I give it a wrong tone, that it doesn't still say that I'm good. So if I go down an X, that's the first one, and let me go left an X. Yeah, that's good. But then as soon as I go up and circle, boom, we're good. All right. Sweet. Yeah, exactly. You get some fucking casserole in ya? I was sort of seeing the chat there. Okay, it's 2:30. Let's take another fiver. My brain needs a little my brain needs a little break after that. I'm gonna make one more cup of coffee. We'll probably go for another. We're leaving town at 4:30. It's currently 2:38. So maybe we'll go for another hour, hour and a half. It'll be a bit of a longer one today. Do I still have freeform? Yeah. All right. Quick little break ski here. We'll be back. Check, check. Eric Draws in the house. What's happening, dude? How you doing, bro? Going away for the weekend? Hell yeah. We'll see you, Nikki. Have a good one. Eric Draws in the house. How are you doing, man? Everybody follow Eric. He has done emotes for the channel. He's done merch for the channel. Does art live on Twitch. Freaking awesome. Cheers, everybody. We'll go for another, yeah, maybe hour or so. I should have a little bite to eat before we head out. Now that I got that annoying little issue fixed. Colton Programs, baby. I love it. Sitting here in my little chair, drinking my little coffees, writing my little programs. Happy as a clam, bro. Okay, so, couple things. First of all, these inputs here should be bigger than these ones. And there should be some sort of indicator that, like, you gotta press this before it's gonna start the battle. Two games on Twitch this year. I don't think this one will be out this year, but I'm hoping. So it's gonna be sort of like a classic adventure game where you have four different areas that you gotta go to. And you gotta like beat the bosses and collect the key item or whatever. I want to have the first of 4 done by like the end of the year and have that up on Steam as a demo. I think that's doable. I could maybe get it done, excuse me, before the end of the year. It just depends. It's kind of tough to say exactly how long it's going to take. You'll always have to fight. The way it works, I can show you here. Right now I'm working on a little system that I don't even know if I'm going to keep. It's one of those things. But yesterday I had my sister and my wife both play it. And so basically, like, the way it'll work, you're walking around the overworld, and then you hit the encounters. And these are the inputs that you have to press as the notes come down the track. And my sister and my wife both were like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, as the notes are coming down the track, they were trying to like figure out what the inputs were that they had to press or whatever. So what I'm working on right now is a system here where it actually shows you the inputs first. This might be unnecessary. Like, I don't know if having them up there even makes sense. Like, maybe everything goes kind of like, everything fades out except for this. Basically what I'm trying to do is get a system where you have to press each input that you're going to need for the battle one time before the battle starts, just so you don't get like blasted with all these notes and inputs like without knowing what the fuck's going on, kind of a thing. So that's what I'm working on, but I'm not exactly sure the best way to like visually demonstrate that that's what I'm trying to do. Player had to do stick plus button. I don't know, because you have 2 hands. Like, it could just be button, but that's too easy, basically. Yeah, and then so the way it works is, so here, let's see if I can even beat this one. basically, if you lose, however many like pips you miss. So this is the enemy's HP here, basically. So however many you miss, that's how much damage you take. And then if you win, the thing is, I just changed the resolution of the game, and it's actually kind of changed the gameplay a little bit. Let me just put the other enemy in here. This one should be easier, I think. I hope. Fuck, if I miss one more, I lose. I'm trying to just show you the win condition here. God damn it. Fuck. Try it again. I have to change the width of the notes now because it's actually quite a bit harder with the resolution being wider. So then if you win, the guy dies. And then you get pelts, which are like going to be the currency in the game. And then you're back in the overworld. So that's the basic battle system. But I'm trying to make it, yeah, like I said, trying to come up with a system so that the player has to press the inputs, because they're not going to be the exact same inputs for every battle. There's 8 notes in the scale. So there are 8 different input combinations mapped to the controller that are always the same notes. So like down in X is always G, down in circle is always A, etc., etc. But different enemies are going to have different notes per battle. That makes sense. Yeah, like what I'm trying to do is like I want it to feel like the controller is an instrument. So like playing the same input, just like pressing the same fret on a banjo will always give you the same, like same fret with your left hand and same string with your right hand will always give you the same tone. Same left stick position with your left hand and same face button with your right hand will always give you the same tone, basically, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going for, but yeah, it's kind of an interesting idea. If I can, the way that I have the game, like I've really been thinking about the lore and the story and all this kind of stuff. And if I can pull off what I have in my head, I think it'll be I think it'll be a really cool game. But I got to be able to pull it off. I am good at pulling it. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm not sure about this kind of whole display here just yet. Oh, I didn't recompile. There we go. Like maybe it would be better just like maybe it'd be better if just like, yeah, everything fades out and then each of these kind of like gets illuminated. You have to press each one and then the battle starts. Maybe let's try that. Let's just kind of ignore this for now. 4 face, 4 shoulder. Why would that be more accessible than a left stick? Plus, the shoulder is going to be doing different things. Left shoulder or left bumper is going to be octave down, and right bumper is going to be octave up. And also, I want there to be a left hand and a right hand portion. If you put the 4 shoulders, then you're going to have situations where your right hand is doing everything and your left hand is doing nothing. And I don't want that. You need to have left and right hand component for every tone. Yeah, dude, please do. Be awesome. Face, fuck yeah. Okay. What am I? So what the fuck? Okay. So yeah, in this state, let's go. Okay, so in our waiting for input state. Okay, so now let's go to our draw here. Whoops. So say if state waiting for input draw rectangle. We'll do this. We'll do you know what I should do actually real quick? Let's go utils. We're gonna make a function. Calculations. I guess we could put it in there. Oh, I do have a color with alpha function already. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. So draw rectangle be 0, 0. Base res x base. Whoops. Utils. Base res y. And then it'll be utils color with alpha, black, and 0.7. Or wait, it's gonna be unsigned. So we'll go like 255 is full. Let's say 200. So this should just fade everything out, I think. Required more than a button press. Well, we'll see. Okay, so that fades everything out. What do you have specific games that you're thinking about there, Freezing? There's got to be a rhythm game that has more than one input required. And if not, that's even better because that'll I'll literally make the very first one that's ever existed. Okay. So then I wonder if I could draw like a little. I wonder if you can draw. I wonder if Raylib has anything for like viewports. Or you know what I should do actually? I got an idea. This might be the easiest. What we'll do is get rid of that. We'll just redraw those inputs. Think about this. Okay, so draw left 6 sprites, draw face button. Okay, right. I was actually going to, what is this? Battle input display. You know what I could do actually? Kind of a hacky little way to do this, but I think it'll be kind of cool. So draw left stick sprites. If I just made these, are these in the? If I just made these public. And then what I could do, or wait, because that'll draw all of them. Let me think here. Well, actually, you know what? Oh, fuck. Shit. Don't save that one. Yeah, let's make these public. And then what I'll do is in battle, we draw this rectangle, and then we'll go track.draw left stick sprites and track.draw face button sprites. So then everything should get grayed out except for those sprites, I think. Let's see if it works. Okay. So then if I go boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's kind of cool. Parappa the Rapper. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't really know how else you could do it. Like, I suppose you could have 4 notes be the D-pad and then 4 notes be the face buttons. That's another option, I suppose. I'll have to get some people to play it. But I don't think like I don't know, man. Like, I don't think a stick button and a button press is that crazy of a thing. Like, that's a, you know, pretty common video game thing to have, like, you know, you press a direction and a button at the same time. Okay, so then maybe what we could do is just draw per lane, and then you have to press those ones per lane. Okay, was it 3 o'clock? Okay, actually, I have an idea here. Yeah, the icons definitely need to be adjusted. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Just thinking here. Okay, I'm going to delete those. Let's go back to track. We're going to put these ones back as private. Let's do a we'll just put battle input display stuff. Okay, and then in track, we're going to make public methods. We're going to go draw input sprites, and then we're going to give it a lane. Or do we give it a tone? We will give it a tone. Try input sprites tone. Okay, and then so let me look at my let's look at this one here, for example. It's basically going to be a combo of these. So we'll go const button or face button. And that'll be tone map. Let's see. I think we are going to need to know which lane as well. And then we'll go okay, and then we'll go const float xx. So, or we'll go button x, and that will be position.x minus lane height. Why the hell am I doing lane height over there? Should be input sprites size. Well, actually, I guess I'll keep it as it is. Kind of doing something wrong there, but we'll check. Times 1.7. I don't know where the hell that value's coming from, but all right. We'll go const float stick x will be position.x. What am I doing? Minus lane height. Okay, and then rectangle will go button source And it'll be this. Button source. And we'll do stick source. And then we'll go button dest. This will be button X, button Y. Whoops. Come on. Oh yeah. Okay, how do I get the or it'll just be, yeah, it'll be the same Y position. So we'll just go YY is gonna be get lane Y lane. Sprite mult. What's sprite mult? Put this as a script level constant. Input sprite mult. Okay. And then we're gonna need stick destination. We'll grab that from here. And this will be stick X. Change this to input, input spry mult. Oops, my bad. I misspelt that at the top there. Okay, and then, so that should do that, I believe. And then we're going to draw. This is for the stick. Oh, and this will be, oh fuck, what did I do? Change this to stick dest. Stick source. Stick dest. Okay, and then we want to also draw the button. Excuse me. Button dest and button source. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So now in my draw. Oh. And then what did I call this function again? Draw input sprites. You know what? We actually don't need tone now that I think about it. Okay, never mind, we do. Okay, so then we're gonna go track dot draw input sprites. Tone is going to be enemy dot tones 0. Let's do that for now, and then lane 0. Type const track, but function is not marked const. Right, this should be fine. Mark that as const. And then go to track.cpp and go here, const. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, sweet. So that works. If I give it so if it's the second one, command still on cooldown. I gotta change that, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, sweet. All right. Okay, this is gonna be dope, actually. This is gonna work. So try and get this done in the next 20-30 minutes here. See if I can blast through this. So inputs pressed. Let's say let's also give it a just an int. We'll call it like current current pre-input is 0. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. So in our draw, when we actually draw that input, instead of being that, it's going to be current pre-input. That's got to be size t here. Let's just change this to size t. Current pre-input. Okay, that should work. And then what we need to do is in our handle initial inputs function, so we get our input, we get the tone, enemy tones dot size. So if tone is enemy tones, current pre-input, then that input press there is da 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 da, and then we go to we do current pre-input. We'll go here plus plus current pre-input. Oh, if this works, I'm gonna be so fucking pumped. Okay, so if I go left stick X or right X, boom, left X, boom, boom. Okay. But then it, yeah. Okay. Okay. So we don't want it to go above . inputs finished was still 0. Let me run this one more time. So first of all, let me just see if I do this wrong. No, we're good. So boom, boom, and then boom. So then inputs finished should be true by that point. So let's go back up here. And let's delete, or let's see what this says. One. Okay, that one for whatever reason. Okay, not returning true. Okay. Oh, I think I might know why. Nope, never mind, I don't. Frozen Bannock, what's happening? How you doing? Okay, why is this not? Doing stoned, let's go. Hell yeah. Oh man, I'm so close to getting this ready here. I don't know what's going on here though. Maybe we don't even need to. You know what, we could probably just do this. So we'll do this. We'll do current pre-input is going to be standard min, and we'll do current pre-input plus 1 and enemy dot tones dot size. And then what we can do is we can say if, let's just make a Boolean. We'll just say bool initial inputs finished. If current pre-input greater than or equal to enemy.tones.size. Fuck. Then we'll say initial inputs finished is true. And then up in this function here, let's just print that. So we'll just go inputs finished. All right, let's see what happens. Doing great. Just finishing up the stream here pretty quick. We're taking the girls to see Blippi tonight. Blippi's like a children's YouTube, kind of like educational YouTuber in a city like an hour away or so. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, perfect. Okay. Now it shouldn't be going. Let's also do this. So let's also print our, what was it? Current pre-input. Whoops. That's a size T. So we'll go do, but we're leaving in about 1 hour. So I'm trying to get this little thing finished here. Oh, you know what? It's got to be size -1. That's what's going on. Let's try that. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Okay, now, okay. Never mind. Wasn't quite it. So boom, boom, and then boom. So then now that's finished. However, I don't want that extra input showing up down there. That's the thing. So I need to guard against that somehow. So let's see. Okay, so when I said size -1, that wouldn't allow the input to go above 2, but that should be fine, right? Let me see this again. Okay, so current input is 0, 1, 2. Okay, so on this last one, when I press it, should just start the battle there. How do I, Greater than or equal to enemy tones dot size. Oh, here, let's try this. I think we might just have to put -1 here and then also -1 here. Let's try this. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, fuck, that's still not working. What the hell, man? Oh, I've been having trouble today with just the simplest things, man. Kind of a frustrating day of coding today. I'm just like, I don't know what is going on with my freaking brain. This should not be difficult. So if current input, okay, so our input starts at 0. Let's think about this here. So it starts at 0. I press the first one. It increases to 1. I press that one. It increases to 2. I have not yet pressed the next one. Maybe greater than, but this won't work either because it'll be clamped down to the size. Yeah, because now it won't go above that. Man, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Ugh. Just like, yeah, absolute brain farts all day today. Okay, so how can I do this? Okay, so our current input is 0. We press the first one. Current input is 1. Great. We press it again. Now the current input is 2. And now I should press this one. But it shouldn't increase it this time. It should just tell me that the inputs are finished. So there's just an ordering. There's just a very simple ordering issue happening here. Current pre-input. So we don't allow it to go above 3. Let's try this. Okay, boom. 1, 2, then here. Why am I having a hard time with this? Oh my God, this is driving me crazy, man. This should not be, like, my fucking brain this whole week. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it's going to be one of these things, dude, where it's going to be like there'll be a -1 here and or a -1 here, and that's going to be the solution. But I just cannot, for some reason right now, I just can't fucking figure this out. Because what's happening is there's two sort of things happening here. So the first is that, so I'm checking the size of the tones array is 3, but indexing in C++ starts at 0. So right now we're on input 0. So I press it, boom. Now we're on input 1, boom. I press that one. Now we're on input 2, boom. I press that. But then the problem is that now it goes to input 3, which there isn't an input 3. So it draws this extra input down here, which I don't want. So then what I was doing was I was trying to clamp it at the size of the tones -1. But then the problem with that is that now when we go through this, I go input 1, and then now I can't press the next input because it won't allow it to go above 2, which means that this will never return true. So I just have to do something, and it's going to be something so simple, but I'm just having one of those days today, man, where my brain is just not functioning at very high capacity. So maybe what we need to do is this. We need to increase that value it's a weird thing because I kind of have to I have to wait until I press the button to increase the value. But then on the last one, I need to, the value already needs to be the last one before I press the button, if that makes sense. Make it a value that returns true. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? Okay, so current pre-input starts at 0. So it has to go from 0 to 1 to 2. And then when it's 2, hold up, I might have it here. So 0, it's 0, now it's 1, and now it's 2. Okay, let's clamp it. If current input is greater than, I'll try this. Fuck. I'm trying to get, I really want to get this done before the weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to today. And it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to sit down and within the first 3 minutes of my next coding session, I'll have it figured out. Okay, so now it's 2. Okay, we can't allow it to go above 2. So we'll go -1 here. So how about this? If current pre-input equals enemy.tones.size -1, this is so stupid. God, this is driving me crazy. Make it so the final input starts the battle instead of limiting it. I'm still not getting what you're going for. Like that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay, if current pre-input equals enemy.tones, this is so dumb the way I'm doing this. That size -1, and then I check the button press again. This is so fucking dumb, man. I don't know what the hell is the matter with me here. If input less than or equal to array, return true. Well, no, but that's the problem, right? The problem is that when the input goes above, right, like that exactly what you're describing is this here. So you can see these print statements over here on the left. Okay, so it's which whatever my current input is, right? The one that it's waiting for. So right now it's 0. And then this is whether or not all of those inputs are done, i.e. time for the battle to start, right? So what happens is I press the first one, boom, boom, and then I go here, boom, and now the battle's not starting, but this has gone above. And then the other thing is if I do this. So if I throw the -1 in here, so boom, boom, boom. See, now the battle has started. Input finished is 1, but I haven't clamped it. Right? So now it's drawing this extra input here. What I'm trying to do is clamp it at the number of inputs -1 while still allowing it to detect that final press. And it's something that's going to be so simple, but I just cannot conceive of it right now for some reason. But I'm like determined to get this done right away here. Why can't I think of this? Man, my fucking brain's just not working today. Yeah, it's a simple, stupid fucking clamp, but it's just like it needs to be able to go above the size in order to like say all of them are done. But then it's causing this bug where it's drawing that extra input, and that's where the problem is. And again, it's literally gonna be. It's not even going to be an extra line of code. It's just going to be changing one little thing in here, but it's just like my brain, I just can't fucking do it right now. Well, you know what? Why don't I just do this? I have an idea. So we'll do this loop. Like, yeah. Man, one of these days, I might have to take the weekend off from coding here. My brain is just fucked. I wasn't sleeping a whole lot on that week that we did the music videos and stuff, and they were super long days, not eating a ton, not really sleeping a lot, lots of like driving, traveling and shit. And I think I'm just wiped from it. I'm just like, my fucking brain is just stupid as hell. Okay, so we're gonna increment now. Let's do this. We will not allow it to go above number of tones -1. And then outside the loop, we'll just do this. If current pre-input equals enemy.tones.size, if tone equals enemy dot tones current pre-input initial inputs finished is true. Let's try this. Maybe I just do that final check outside of the loop. So boom, boom. Okay, now it shouldn't go above 3, or it shouldn't go above 2, but that inputs finished should return true. Fuck, god damn it. Oh, wait. -1. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. Oh, fuck. Man, this is so irritating. It's like it either returns true. It either adds an extra one or it like returns true too early. Why the fuck is this happening, man? This just, oh my god, this should not be this difficult. This is driving me absolutely up the fucking wall right now. Boom, boom. And then why is that finished already? That doesn't make any sense. God. Okay, maybe this needs to happen first before the loop. And then we return. God, the most convoluted, dumb fucking... Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Jesus Christ, man. Holy fuck. All right, we got it. Holy moly, what a struggle today. And I'm gonna look back at this. I'm gonna actually leave myself a little note here. Look at this again because your brain was not working when you wrote it. Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's just like the simplest shit I've just been struggling with all day. Everything we did today should have taken 20 minutes and it took like 4 hours. Okay, let's, so I'm actually not even going to draw that, in middle battle rect. I'm not even going to draw that other thing. Come on, where are you? Battle inputs dot draw. Get rid of that. Okay, and then let's put the sprite back in the center. And then in battle, let's go after I hit that final input. Setup, waiting for input. Okay, and then we'll say if initial input's finished, then we'll say state equals battle state battle. All right, let's see what happens. If this works, I'm leaving. Well, it kind of does make sense because if you're incrementing something, you want to do the check before the loop. It's like really, yeah, that shouldn't have taken me that long to to think of that. I'm just fucking struggling. Okay, so we go boom, boom, Boom. All right. That's it. We're leaving it there for the day. I gotta take a break, man. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll say battle pre-inputs system. Holy Christ. Lev Misery. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry for fucking banging my head against the wall here. I know it's riveting content. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's find someone to raid here. I'm gonna have a bite to eat, and then we're heading out to Blippi. Who's online? Castellos, Anti-Ledane, Lev, Freezing. Everybody, thank you very much. Looks like Hypnotic is on. Let's raid Hypnotic. I gotta get some food in my gut. And we'll see you all Monday noon Saskatchewan time. Banjo practicing the new songs, and then more game dev. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it, and we will see you next time.